Hey friends, this is Miss Wolfie from Our Half Acre Homestead. Well, we made an impossible quiche. Let's make an impossibly easy cheeseburger pie. What you're going to need for this is 1.5 cups of vegetables. Make half of that onion. If you don't want any vegetables, just put 1 cup of chopped onion. 2 cups of shredded cheddar. Remember folks, shred your own. Don't buy pre-shredded. It has wood pulp in it. 1/2 cup of Bisquick mix. This is our homemade stuff. 1 cup of milk, 2 eggs, and 1 pound of ground beef. Now folks, you're going to have to cook the ground beef, but mine is already cooked because of course I'm going to open a jar of my cooked canned ground goat just to show you how well it did. Okay, let's get started. Okay, first I'm going to put a little bit of avocado oil in the pan because my meat's already cooked. So if you were using fresh ground beef, you may not have to grease your pan, but you would have to fry your meat before your vegetables. Okay, here's our wek jar. Okay, this is how you know it's sealed. See this tab? Pull the tab. That's really sealed, folks. But I'm going to have to put my fingers underneath this tab and... Oh my gosh. Okay, hang on. It's safe to say it's well sealed. Be really careful, folks. Don't use a sharp knife because you could cut your seal. Oh my gosh. Let's try this. Oh, did you hear that hiss, folks? That was a good seal. Remember, when I canned with this, I picked it up by the seal, and if it stayed closed, I assumed it was sealed. So, we've got our oil nice and hot. We're just going to quickly saute our broccoli florets. We're just going to let this saute a bit until the onions caramelize, but we're also going to add our pre-cooked meat. If your meat was not cooked, then you would saute your meat or cook your meat first and then add the vegetables. The fat went on the top of the meat and all that lovely jelly broth is on the bottom. When this is all ready to go, we'll be back. Okay, while our pan is simmering our vegetables and our meat, I've changed my cheese over into this bowl, and I'm going to use this bowl to make our crust. And this is real simple, folks. We're going to take our eggs. Oh, by the way, that's one of my new chocolate eggs, one of my new black copper Moran eggs. 2 eggs. We're going to whisk our eggs, then we're going to add our milk and our 1/2 cup of Bisquick. And we're just going to whisk this all together. I think I need a casserole dish. Okay, here is our meat and our veg. And I think this is way too much for my pie plate. Yeah, you know what? I don't think that's going to fit plus the cheese. So I'm going to do a casserole dish. Okay, we switched up to a casserole dish, folks, because we didn't think that pie plate was just going to cut it. Let's start spooning this in. Yeah, I think the pie plate would not have been deep enough. No. And I also think I have more than a pound of meat here. Our oven is preheating at 400 degrees. Now we're just going to take our 2 cups of cheese. Now you could add anything you want, folks. You could add a couple of slices of dehydrated tomatoes or tomato powder. You know, you just make it your own. I did with the broccoli, right? So now we're going to take our whisked together Bisquick and pour this all over the top. So this is going to go into a 400, whoa, throwing stuff all over the place. This is going to go into a 400 degree oven for 25 or thereabouts. Okay, our timer has gone off. Look at that. Can't wait for Papa to come home and try that. Now I was right about the pie plate, folks. I might have had a bit way too much meat in there and maybe too much veg. So I would stick with a smaller casserole dish. All right, we'll see you guys at the supper table. Boy, you're just full of the old Nick tonight, aren't ya? Oh, gee, thanks, honey. Just throw it all over the place.
Is that it? No, nothing else. Just that.
Vegetables and everything are in it.
Ah.
You're just full of it tonight, aren't ya?